So, same day, same night, just probably 1 if not 2 hours apart from the last 3 videos that I made. I have quite a bit that I want to put out here on this video. I want to talk about football with the 2 quarterback systems and just how nobody knows how to run them. But I think to the forefront of this video that I went into this video wanting to talk about, bet on women. Because the WNBA, if I'm not mistaken, created and pioneered that shirt. But WNBA doesn't realize you're a failing business. You are literally a mediocre league. And in terms of, don't get me wrong, as if you literally looked at my Twitter account, NJ to the City, I think I just threw the mediocre part to appeal to other people that have said you guys are garbage. So forgive me, that wasn't my honest opinion. The bad business part was because you guys definitely have a tanking business, etc. But yeah, God first. Hear me out, please. Hear me out. Don't just go off a cliff just yet. Because especially if you looked at my Twitter, let alone looked at parts of my socials and YouTube, you know I've been a proud supporter of women for quite some time. And the examples that I just gave on my Snapchat war, ladies and gentlemen, you can't tell me that I don't know how to support women whatsoever, because that'd be a bleeping lie. I was there when the Nice girls soccer team won conference back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I was there when, if I'm not mistaken, 2018, if not 2019. Nope, that wasn't 2019. That was definitely 2018. I want to say 2017, but it had to be 2018. It had to be. I think. I don't really know. I know it was somewhere in the last, like, 2-3 years. I was there when Nice girls soccer won conference. I was there when Nice girls tennis won districts. And I was there when, not Nice, but PV girls soccer went on their state championship run last season. So trust me, I know how to support women. I know how to support my sisters. I know how to do it. I've been doing it. I've been betting on women for quite some time, and I love betting on women. They're tremendously talented. They're tremendously awesome. They're tremendously, I want to say empathetic. They know what they're doing. At least majority of them do. What I can't stand is watching this special for women in ACC and having this coach, who's obviously a legendary Hall of Fame coach, having her literally play the victim card when it comes to why you do not have more diversity in the sport when it comes to coaching of women's athletics and not just women's basketball in college. And she said, and she literally, God bless her soul, because obviously, I guess for her age or whatever you were to call it, she's actually, screw it, I'm not gonna say age. I hate you using words like that. For her lineage, she's qualified to go off on this tangent. But at the same time, that's not a hill you want to die on. Let alone that's not a cliff you want to jump off of. She literally just blamed white men, literally. And I want people to understand this. Trust me, if you pay attention to the NFL, you totally understand that not everything in the NFL is perfect, it's cookie clean. There's definitely some of these teams that have totally used that phrase, hire people that look like you. There's quite a couple, not a ton, at least if you were to ask me, but definitely quite a couple that have used that. They're going to hire people that look like them versus hiring the best candidate, and or hiring their friends rather than hiring the best candidates. Power structures, money angles, think about it. Everybody's pockets are aligned. You want people that you can control, etc. So the NFL definitely has a couple teams that have absolutely not only been accused of it, but the evidence couldn't be more clear. I mean, God bless Adam Gates, but look what Adam Gates is doing in New York. You can't even buy a win. That's how sorry the Jets are this season. The Jets are so sorry they can't even buy a win this season. Literally. And I promise you, if Adam Gase, back when he was in Miami, had brought in Tim Tebow, trust me, he coached them back then. Back in the day, 2011 Broncos wild card run, for God's sakes. Or took a part in coaching them. I think offensive coordinator or something like that from back then, etc. That's the point. Him or even John Fox, when John Fox got his job with the Bears. I'm willing to bet you 9 out of 10 if either one of those coaches had brought Tebow in, they'd still be coaching. Or better yet, Fox would still be coaching, and Gase would still be in Miami. Instead, Gase just came to the Jets, which at first made a little bit of sense. Hey, it didn't work out in Miami, but it might work here, since you claim to be a quarterback whisperer, or have the reputation to be a quarterback whisperer. But then you see, at least for people like Sam Darnold, he's definitely not a quarterback whisperer. He's probably the quarterback crusher, the quarterback destroyer. This guy, it isn't working any magic. If anything, he's run out of luck, etc. And Yeah, and and Daniel Jones and them Giants are another, conundrum or whatever the word is. That it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, not only does David Gettleman um higher. Not only does he he not only reached for Daniel Jones, that was by the endless projected to be a day 3 career backup. Not only did you reach for Daniel Jones, but you literally hired Joe Judge. Is Joe Judge? Okay, I'm not saying the guy isn't smart. I'm just saying, and I'm talking Joe Judge. I'm not saying Joe Judge isn't smart, but how in God's holy name did you think that that dude was qualified to be a head coach? I mean, it literally is the league, like a lot of other places, go off of trends. And it seems to be the trend to hire people that failed at their last job thinking they can literally run an entire coaching staff. How does that happen when you literally fail at your last job as a coordinator? You literally fail at your last job as a coordinator or a lineman coach or whatever you are. How does that work when you fail at those jobs and then you're getting elevated to jobs like head coach when you failed at your previous job so badly, to a heavy, heavy extent? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie and tell you there doesn't need to be more diversity in coaching, but let there be diversity in coaching based upon talent, intellect, having players vouch for you in real time, like Kevin Durant and Kyrie doing for Steve Nash. Have it be off of real talent, off of real genuine geniusy. Have it be off of intellect. Have it be off of real skill and game planning. Don't let it be off of, I want to say face-to-face value. Don't let it be off of all this other folly. Dare I even say, don't let it be. I mean, at times it can be off of skin color, but I guess again, let the skin color be a perk of why you hired them, not the main reason. Because trust me, when it's the main reason, that's when you start going corrupt. Because just because you get more women in sports as coaches, don't mean you're gonna win anything. Whether you're coaching men or you're coaching women, it don't mean you're gonna win anything. And no offense to this Hall of Fame coach that I'm watching on Women in the ACC, I don't think she understands that. Just because you get more women in there don't mean you're going to win anything. Just because you get more women in there don't mean the talent's going to be more developed. I don't give and I'm saying, as a young black African-American male, I don't give a crap about playing for somebody that looks like me. I don't need you to be black. I don't need you to have this hair. I don't need you to have these teeth. I don't need you to have, to be skinny. I don't need you to, I don't need all that crap. I need somebody who's an encourager, who's a motivator, who's a natural born leader, somebody who will get the grit out of me or get the best out of me. One of those two, if not both of those in one. That's what I need. Somebody who's going to push me and someone who's going to make me want to work harder, make me want to be great, someone that's going to make me take no days off, no plays off, and make plays and not waste anybody's time. That's who I want as my coach. I don't, someone who's going to reward what I do good in practice with actual, on court, on the field play so I can put more plays on tape. Something like that. That's what I want. I don't want someone that looks like me. I don't give a if you look like me. I don't care. You can be a Martian for all I care. I don't care if you look like me. That's not what I care about when it comes to coaching. What I care about is people who are qualified. Qualified with dignity, with peace and patience, with practice and potential. You name it. People that actually know what they're doing, want to be great, want to build something special, establish a culture, and leave a bleeping legacy of honor, strength, humility, versatility, and so on and so on. I don't care if you look like me, and God bless this Hall of Fame coach, but women out there in general, don't go after someone that looks like you, let alone has your same gender, as your coach, and just so you can check some diversity point boxes. Now, I'm not saying don't go out there and hire women. Go out there and hire whoever you want, let alone go out there and empower more women to be coaches and GMs and whatever else. But hire them off of their intellect and what they bring to the table towards making the team better, and let the race be a perk of it. A perk of it. But don't let it be the main thing that you're looking at. Again, let it be an 80-20 ratio. Because people, I think we all know this. You can literally have the same skin color as me and still go, again, 0-8 like the Jets are doing. And that's my biggest point there. Let it be off of everything real. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're going to be a great coach or a great player, etc. These are common sense things that I think you all know. And again, the WNBA is tanking for a reason. Or they never flip the profit for a reason. Now, I would love, and by the way, if any people ever, and if anybody ever looks this, again, ever watches this video and wants more in-depth analysis, whether I give it in this video or not, I want you to totally understand this. Because I'm a fan of Sabrina Ionescu. I'm a fan of Katie McWilliams, who's overseas. I'm a fan of Kennedy Carter. I'm a fan of so many talented, beautiful, creative, young legends young legends and women out there who are balling in college, balling in high school, balling in the pros, balling, in various places. I'm a fan of you all. I go out there and support everybody. I'm always rooting for the next generation of women to stand up and take their places at the, or take their seats at the table, or take their places on the podiums. Always. But it has to be legitimate, off of integrity and grit, where I can truly take pride in what you've done, versus, wow, they just put her up there because she's a woman, or wow, they just put her up there because she's black, or whatever else. People can tell when people can tell How many times am I gonna say that before I get to my next thought? People can tell if you're putting someone up there because they legitimately have the qualifications to win, or the qualifications and intellect and leadership to win. People can tell whether you're doing it for the right reasons versus you just did it to pander. Don't just put a woman in office because you want to pander. And I'm not even gonna go off that tangent, but you can probably go, understand where I'm going at now with that. Don't just put a woman in power because you want to pander. Women can be just as corrupt, if not more corrupt, and bad at their jobs as men can, and or men are. Think about it. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have had, and or a lot of you have had, plenty of bad bosses of both genders that you're like, just want to rip your hair out because they're incompetent, lazy, don't know what they're doing, and they're stuck up and and just etc. So don't just pick a woman just because she's a woman. Don't just pick a black woman because she's black and she's a woman. Pick a woman because she actually is qualified with the credentials and people actually want to play for her, etc. Because we can tell when you're not only losing, but when your players look unmotivated, that they just picked her because of a connection, or because of her skin color, or because of her gender. And you don't want that. You don't. But above all things, you don't really want to play the victim card. The way she's explaining it, she literally was playing the victim card. You don't want to play the victim card and wonder why nobody's supporting you. Don't play the victim card and wonder why no one's supporting you. Because like I just said on my Snapchat, you play the victim card, nobody will care. They'll just use that as more excuses why they're not supporting you. Don't be entitled. Earn what you get and rise to the occasion to make more of it, etc. That's what you got to do. And when it comes to women's basketball, God bless all the women out there. But the first thing that people are going to tell you that they don't support you because you're not dunking. That's the first thing they're going to tell you. Trust me. I know that there's more to basketball than dunking, but that's one of the top first things they're going to tell you. Well, women aren't dunking, they're not doing any, thing really exciting for me to want to watch, They're going to tell you that. So you got to, find ways, whether it's, in the offense that you run, the defense that you defend, find something, and I'll be more than willing to help any woman, let alone team out there that wants your boys help for marketing, promotion, or just whatever you need to help you succeed at your sports. But you got to try something, and you can't play the victimhood card and no one's supporting you. Trust me, you can't do it. You can't play it. You can't play it. You can't play it. Let alone white men, white people. You can't throw that out there. That's dangerous. And I mean dangerous because it's a brand killer dangerous. That's the point. It's a brand killer dangerous. white men, white people, hiring people that look like them. It's a brand killer dangerous. God bless.